10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here on the 9th of April. Let's talk about it, guys, and I'm going to try to keep this video fairly short and sweet. First of all, I love the comments and the engagement on the videos today. For anyone that thought that I was being disrespectful to you guys, not at all. What I will say is I try to creatively speak. I am a long-form guy that does well in long-form communications. I do a radio show like I did Wednesday this morning for the last 15 years, and that hour goes by like that, teaching and educating people, which is why I have that radio show online. Now, before we get into that radio show and the spin-off of that, and I want you to put it in the comments what you'd like to see, the complimentary selection is based on the rule of 10 today. The White Sox have lost 7 games in a row as they approach their 8th game tomorrow, 9th and 10th. What I'm looking to do in that scenario, and if you're a long-term client watching my videos since 2023 here on this channel, you know about the rule of 10 and how strong it was. So you just auto-bet the dog on that 0-7 losing streak, and you're looking for them to snap that before they get to 10 or on the 10th game. Doesn't mean they can't lose 10, 12, 20 in a row, but this is a system that has been very good to your pocket over the years. With that being said, today, as we explained on the radio show, was the last radio show we're doing till week 1 of the NFL football. We've decided we're going to try if there's a want for it, to do a live show here on YouTube. The radio, you're just listening to us, you can't communicate with us. Clients a lot of times are texting us, asking us questions, which we're then reading on the air. But now what we could basically do is do the radio show on YouTube where you have the chat box like on the other live shows that you do. Here's the thing. I don't know if there's an appetite for what I have to offer with Costi, because if I do it, it'll be the same format of my radio show on YouTube, but it's not about giving out complimentary selections. This is about a once-a-week hour of power, a class on the psychology of sports betting. We give out a little bit of information, but we're not trying to emulate what Mitch set up here, where you go through and you give out each game absolutely free and you give out analysis, because I'm not a handicapper. So do you guys want to see content based on professional betting syndicate advice, where you could literally sit down with a pen and a notebook and take notes like I do here on these videos each and every day? If you think that would be something you would be interested in, of course, put it in the comments. Yale would love to see it. If not, hey, you can put that too. But as like Mitch used to say, be kind in the comments. Not because it won't hurt my feelings, but just it doesn't accomplish anything. Regarding comments, yesterday's video got 16 comments. And I got to tell you, for the most part, they were all funny, intelligent, sharp, and I appreciated it. One guy at the end, though, he put on the comment, the man calling us all some non-intellectuals. No. Let me be very clear. I have clients that run Fortune 500 companies that make hundreds of millions of dollars, more money than I will ever make in a lifetime. They are the worst sports bettors because everything is about their ego and confirmation bias. Does it mean that guy is not an intellectual? No. He could be the smartest guy in what he does. You know, all the casinos make money on 10% of their wagering revenue. Where is that? In the high roller whale room. You know, the guys that get comped the helicopters that fly them in, the guys that get comped the phantoms that pick them up at the airport, the guys that get all the free tickets to all the events, to all the clubs and all the shows in Las Vegas, the guys that get all the meals paid for in food comps. This kind of sounds like Costi. But those guys are where the casinos make all their money, and they're all smart in what they do. But that doesn't mean they're going to be smart in what I do. And it wouldn't mean that person is not an intellectual. Beside that comment, the other comment that I loved was Joe Slim, 86. This was like a professor talking shit to us after 90% of the class failed a test he gave us the answers to the day before. Yeah, pretty much. All the other guys that were very positive, I love your wisdom, I love your picks, no dumb narratives. Rule of 7, take the White Sox. Be more Gooch. Dude, all I can say is when you speak, I listen. Thank you. Born and bred on Northern Parkway. Me. I am Be More Eric. So with that being said, guys, if you want to pick up the Dime Club, also, I got a lot of positive texts, and I normally don't get them from one individual video where people saying they liked the video, they enjoyed the video instead of leaving the comments, and then they said they want to join. And my response was, if you want to join, head over to PickDawgz.com, click the link, and join. It's that simple. That's why we set it up. For months and months and months, you had to text me, and then I had to take the credit card over the phone. Now you can just go right online and you can join. If you want to get access to my high-volume betting syndicates and other stuff that I talked about, or Big Al's All Access, yes, you have to call me to join, and we can talk over the phone. Once again, rule of 10, put in the comments, do you want to see a 1-hour syndicate education show with Costi and myself? Or is that something you wouldn't be interested in if it's not all about only getting free picks? Once again, take the White Sox. Good day and good luck.